What's up guys, it's Naf here. So amongst all the mayhem of Double XP weekend, I definitely did continue progressing on with my Ironman. Now before I go on any further, you may notice the left side of my screen is slightly cut off. Now as I explained in my previous video, I did make the error of turning on my webcam with the software I use for recording, so I do have about 4 days worth of recordings that all include my webcam. Now I didn't mind leaving it in the double experience video, but for all my Ironman videos I do plan on having that cut off, so just understand that's why the screen is slightly pulled in on the left. But starting off with things, I did finally hit 95 Slayer, which I was extremely happy about. This in total took me about 10 days. Now I'd love to say I got all sorts of exciting loot, but realistically there wasn't much worth noting, just a lot of herbs and gold from alchables as you would expect, but I did manage to get 2 pairs of celestial hand wraps, so that's going to be really nice when I start doing Vindicta and other forms of high level PVM with magic. Now in terms of experience, I did take a look at the total experience I earned between 85 and 95 Slayer in total, which did take me roughly 9 days. So as you can see, the combat experience is really good, prioritizing ranging by a significant amount, which is a bit of a surprise, but all in all I'm very happy with how much I gained between my 3 combats. Reasonably speaking, I went from about low to mid 80s in my 3 combat stats, apart from magic, all the way through to the 90s, so I was really happy with that. And even 5 million Slayer experience within a little over a week I was really impressed with. And along with that, from all the alchables I did actually end up with 23 million gold. So now that 95 Slayer was complete, I had my sights set on killing Ganodermic creatures and getting a full set of Ganodermic gear, which is a full tier 75 set. Now to complete a full set of craftable Ganodermic gear, which just consists of the visor, leggings and poncho, costs 7,000 Ganodermic flakes and requires 98 crafting, which I did have, so I wasn't worried about that. But I was a little skeptical about how long it may take to actually collect all the flakes, as they only drop a few hundred at max at a time. As you can probably tell by my inventory as well, I really didn't have much of an idea what to expect, so I did just take some of my best food. So to my surprise, I actually had enough flakes to make a full Ganodermic set within about 2.5 hours. Overall, the Ganodermics were pretty good. Safe spotting was slightly annoying, as if you didn't do it correctly they did hit you for a lot of damage, and I did have to bank once for food. In this time I managed to also get a pair of Ganodermic boots and gloves, which you can only get as drops, and I even got 2 staves which I can use to make polypore staves, which to me aren't that useful for doing any form of high-end PVM, but I may use them once I have Invention unlocked and dismantle them for pretty good experience. And overall I did manage to get 32 blue charms, 8 crims and 9 green charms. I brought some with me when I originally came, so that's why it's only that amount, not the full amount you see in my inventory. And on top of that I got a fair few high level seeds, mainly U seeds, and a few rare drop table drops, so all in all the loot was pretty good for 2.5 hours work, and I was getting roughly about 150,000 magic experience an hour, which is also pretty good. So as I already had 99 crafting, it was just as simple as taking all my Ganodermic flakes to the vendor who was at the entrance of this dungeon, who does sell a basic set of gear which you use the flakes with, and then it gets upgraded to the tier 75 gear set. So now I'm pretty happy with my gear setup, and it is time to start working on prayer. Now at this point in time I'm currently level 80 prayer, and I did want to complete the full first age outfit. Now I did currently have 4 pieces of the outfit. It's usually gotten through Treasure Hunter if you're on a standard account, but as an Ironman the only way I could get it is through worshipping at the Ectofuntus. So for anyone who isn't aware, essentially you get Ecto tokens for worshipping at the altar. Now this is done by taking either ashes or bones. Now with the bones you have to have them crushed, and along with that you take slime, which is gotten from the basement. Now each piece of the outfit is 1000 Ecto tokens, so to get the 2 remaining pieces I needed, I did need to complete roughly 400 worships. Each worship gives 5 Ecto tokens, regardless of how high tier the bones or ashes are. So just an example, big bones would award the same amount of tokens as dragon bones, despite the fact there is a big disparity between the 2 types of bones. Now one thing to be noted as well, ashes are significantly easier to do because you don't have to crush them, you can simply get slime from the basement and offer them at the same time, whilst bones you have to go through the process of crushing them first, which does take a significant amount of time, although it is AFK.
excited, creative imagination began with a new art form.
So after a few hours, I did manage to get the 2 additional pieces I was after to complete the full set, which means when doing prayer training in future with the set on, I will get an additional 6% prayer experience. The main use for this for me will be when I'm cleansing crystals at Prif, and when I'm using the remainder of my bones on an altar. At this point in time, I have no motivation to continue doing prayer at the Ectofuntus due to just how slow it is. So that's all for this one. Stay tuned for the next Ironman video, which should be out within the next few days. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.